On June 12, 2026, just one day after the World Cup began, two major developments highlighted a growing discussion about how football's top organizations handle important issues. In Austria, European football officials announced that Omar Artan, a respected referee from Somalia and the first Somali official selected for a World Cup, would oversee the 2026 UEFA Super Cup between Paris Saint-Germain and Aston Villa on August 12. This appointment marked another historic achievement, making him the first referee from Africa to lead a major UEFA final. The announcement came shortly after Artan was unable to take part in the World Cup despite being selected for the tournament. His situation attracted significant attention across the football community. At the same time, FIFA's president was asked about the matter and the efforts made to address it. His response, encouraging people to remain calm, quickly became a talking point among fans, media members, and football observers around the world. Meanwhile, UEFA's leadership released a statement emphasizing that football should bring people together and expressing appreciation for Artan's professionalism and contributions to the game. Leaders within African football also publicly supported him, while many people in Somalia gathered to welcome him home and show their respect for his accomplishments. The contrast between these responses sparked wider conversations about football governance and how major organizations respond when unexpected challenges affect individuals involved in the sport. Artan's journey remains significant. He earned his place through years of dedication and hard work, becoming a source of pride for many people. His appointment to the UEFA Super Cup was widely viewed as recognition of his abilities and a reminder of the important role officials play in the global game. As discussions continue, the situation has raised broader questions about support, representation, and how football's governing bodies handle difficult circumstances when they arise. For many observers, the story is about more than one referee. It's about the values the sport aims to uphold on the world stage. So, what exactly happened, and why did the response from European football attract so much attention? Understand that we need to look at the full sequence of events. This story is not about one moment. It is about a chain of developments that began when Omar Artan arrived in Miami and later led to one of the most discussed decisions of the tournament. Artan arrived in the United States on June 6. At 34 years old, the Somali referee had already built an impressive career. He had been on FIFA's international referees list since 2018, worked major African club competitions, and was named Africa's Referee of the Year in 2025. Most importantly, FIFA had selected him as one of the officials for the 2026 World Cup. According to reports, after arriving in Miami, Artan was held for extended questioning by border authorities. Despite carrying the required travel documents and official tournament credentials, he was ultimately unable to enter the country and later returned home. Authorities cited immigration review procedures. While no detailed public explanation was provided, FIFA later confirmed that Artan would not be part of the tournament and stated that immigration decisions fall under the authority of the host nation. As the World Cup began, questions continued about the situation and how it had been handled. Then came a very different response from European football. Within days, UEFA announced that Omar Artan would referee the 2026 UEFA Super Cup between Paris Saint-Germain and Aston Villa. The decision immediately drew attention across the football world. UEFA President Alexander Ceferin praised Artan's experience and achievements, highlighting his performances at the highest levels of African football. He also emphasized that football should bring people together and expressed UEFA's respect for Artan's professional accomplishments. The significance of the appointment went far beyond a single match. The UEFA Super Cup is one of Europe's most prestigious fixtures, bringing together the winners of the Champions League and Europa League. By selecting Artan for the match, UEFA placed him on one of the biggest stages in club football. The appointment also created history. Artan is set to become the first referee from Africa to oversee a major UEFA final. a milestone that many viewed as recognition of his talent and years of dedication. Support also came from across African football. CAF President Patrice Motsepe praised Arton's achievements and described him as a source of pride for Somalia and the wider African football community. He also publicly thanked UEFA leadership for giving Arton the opportunity. The entire episode sparked wider discussion about football governance and the role different organizations play when unexpected situations affect officials, players, or staff. FIFA selected Omar Arton for the World Cup because of his qualifications and experience. UEFA later responded by offering him one of the most visible appointments in European football. As a result, what began as a difficult situation evolved into a historic moment that highlighted both Arton's achievements and the strong support he received from across the football community. While FIFA stated that it was not involved in immigration decisions, many people focused on the contrast between different responses that followed the situation. UEFA, which oversees European football competitions, does not control the World Cup or border procedures. However, shortly after Omar Arton returned home, UEFA announced that he would referee the UEFA Super Cup between Paris Saint-Germain and Aston Villa. The decision was widely seen as a strong show of confidence in Arton's abilities. Working alongside African football officials, UEFA made the appointment official and confirmed that he would become the first African referee to oversee a major UEFA final. For many observers, the significance was clear. A referee who had been selected for the World Cup would now take charge of one of the most important matches in European club football. The difference between the two responses became a major topic of discussion throughout the football community. Supporters, journalists, and football officials debated what the situation revealed about leadership, communication, and the values football organizations aim to represent. This discussion did not exist in isolation. During the months leading up to the tournament, several other issues had already attracted attention, including travel difficulties, visa concerns, ticketing disputes, and disagreements between football organizations and supporter groups. Together, these situations contributed to broader conversations about how major international tournaments are managed. For many people, the appointment of Arton was about more than one referee. It became a symbol of recognition, support, and confidence in an individual who had earned respect through years of hard work and professional achievement. The key point is that UEFA's decision was not simply about assigning an official to a match. It was a public acknowledgement of Arton's qualifications and experience. By giving him a prominent role in a major European final, the organization highlighted its belief in his abilities and achievements. The support from African football leaders added further meaning. Public messages praising Arton's career and welcoming the appointment showed how important the moment was for many across the continent. Whether people agree or disagree with the responses from different organizations, the story has sparked an important conversation about leadership, accountability, and how football's governing bodies react when unexpected situations affect the people involved in the game. What remains undisputed is Arton's accomplishment. In August, he is expected to walk onto the pitch in Salzburg as the first African referee ever appointed to a major UEFA final. That achievement will stand as a historic moment in football. His journey to that stage was certainly different from what anyone expected. Yet through resilience, professionalism, and the support of the wider football community, he has reached another milestone in an already remarkable career. As football fans continue to discuss the events surrounding this tournament, Omar Arton's story serves as a reminder that football is not only about matches and trophies. It is also about the people who dedicate their lives to the sport and the opportunities that can emerge even from unexpected challenges. If you found this story interesting, consider sharing your thoughts below. Football's biggest moments are often about more than what happens on the field, and this has certainly been one of the most talked about stories of the tournament.